Hi, it's Maggie Dent here. I've had a couple of messages from very concerned parents of boys some of them are transitioning into big school and some of them are into early high school, who are getting teachers saying they're not listening, they're not paying attention, and they're very concerned that they might need to express their disappointment or punish them in some way, or maybe set up a sticker chart to reward them, or once again tell them what they're doing wrong. Now, I just wanted to say this can be some girls, but it's particularly boys. Now, until a boy feels completely safe in the environment, then he's likely to be in what we call not the red zone, which is where they act out and show obviously they're not comfortable and they are stressed. They go into a blue zone, and that's more of a shutting down. So that's actually a coping mechanism to a heightened level of stress. That is not an intentional choice by a boy to not listen and look like he is not able to concentrate. And this can really be problematic for our neurodivergent children as well, who are often find it difficult to get that prefrontal to focus. So these are not naughty children, not bad children, not children who are not doing as they're told. They are children in a stressed state. We really need to get this, and I didn't even know that. I had a group of about 5 boys in a year 9 class that I kind of knew when I needed to say something important, I would need to invite them to listen. And I would, because I got on really well with the kids, I'd call out their name and I'd give them a wink or I'd give them a grin. I'd say, Gilby, you're right. Josh, Kurt, Ben, are you all with me? Great. So I actually invited them to pay attention. I'm also really mindful that boys can't always absorb the same amount of information that little girls or older girls can. So when I talk too much and went over things, their eyes glazed because they just can't remember what you said at the beginning. So we need to factor in that sometimes the way we communicate to boys may need to be a little bit different. So my challenge is that, and this is Dr. Ross Green who says the same, children will behave if they can. Boys will listen if they can. If they're in a stress state, they can't. So the number one thing is relational safety. So the educator in that classroom, we've got to connect with them to make sure they feel they're safe. Now, you've got to work out what it is for some boys. For me, sometimes it was a gentle punch on the arm, or it might have been, how's your footy team going? Or it might have been, gosh, I love the way you've done your hair. It doesn't matter. I had to work out how could I connect with each boy to know I saw them and I valued them and I really enjoyed them being in my class. You don't have to love them, but I still reckon that's a bonus. So as soon as they feel safe with a big safe growing up, and that is the same with the 5-year-olds, particularly at the moment in Australia in the Southern Hemisphere, still transitioning. So they've got to work out, is this growing up really going to be a big safe person? And even though mummy says it is, he has to work that out for himself. So again, relational safety needs to be our very first space. The second one then is we need to recognize that daydreaming or looking like we're not paying attention is not a choice of poor behavior. And we need to work around ways that we can help them listen better. And sometimes even bringing them closer to the teacher. I kept those boys quite close to me, and sometimes I sat beside them on the desk because that made them pay attention. And I was also there, did you get that? Which one of those things would you like me to repeat or something? I was their coach. Remember, coming from a place of caring lowers the stress and the threat of being with an unsafe person or in an unsafe environment. And if you need to figure out some more about this, please check out Dr. Delahooke's work, because she explains this beautifully, that our children who are often being given, names up on the board in red because they're not listening or because they're fidgeting. Fidgeting is another sign of anxiety and stress. We have to recognize first what is stress behavior, and we need to help our children build skills around stress behavior, not punish them for being human and responding to the stress in their environment. I hope, I just had to get on and do a video about it because I've seen this happen so often where little boys get punished and shamed for not being able to listen, and the more we shame them and punish them, the more they can't listen and pay attention, because the world just got more and more unsafe. Okay, I'll be quiet now.